Hello friends, Kelly DeHaan here, doing our last video installment talking about warming up, all right? Next time, we'll be talking about auditioning, and there will be several videos as we talk about how to audition properly, and those are going to be fun and exciting, and I'm excited about those. But today we're going to finish up with warm-ups, and we're going to be talking about two things. We're going to be talking about agility, and we're also going to be talking about the belt warm-up. All right, so a brighter musical theater placement, some warm-ups that'll be suitable for that. Agility is important so that we can do runs or we can do tricky passages of music, and we land on the right notes. That's what we're trying to do. There's no shortcut for this. All right, when I hear people who try to take shortcuts with the scale, the musical major scale, they are always singing out of tune. But we can train our brain so it accepts this pattern. All right, let's sing that together on La. We're going to sing up and down. La 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 la. Let's do several. La 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 la. La 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 la. Remembering everything that we've already talked about with the mouth opening, the tongue staying low, posture, breath support, everything we've already discussed. La 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 la. Generally, the higher we go, the more opening we require. La 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 la. Our larynx, remember, stays stable. Sometimes I just rest my finger there. La. Making sure that it doesn't go up like a swallow, right? We want everything low and stable. Jaw unhinges, remember? La. But the tongue stays low. All right. Agility. You can't ever do too much of that. All right? Here's another one for you. This is a good one to get the abs involved. Sing with me. Open up. Tongue down. Join me. Keep going. Now these exercises we can get going faster and faster, and that's what helps our agility, all right? Our nimbleness, our ability to sing tricky passages. And they come across, we come across those a lot in musical theater, especially lately, right? With the way there's a little bit of style and riffing going on in musical theater lately, we kind of have to understand the major scale, especially. Also, the blues scale is important, the minor scale is important. But understanding the major scale is most important. And you've heard, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Practice that. Right? Julie Andrews will be so proud of you. And also coming down backwards. Do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Practice those a lot. The more you just kind of plug in that pattern, your brain's going to do it well. So those are a couple exercises for agility. We can also go crazy. If you're having a tricky time with those exercises, and you can do them a cappella on your own, you can put a D in front of each note. Da 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 da. And that kind of helps you delineate from note to note as a young singer. Or you can do it with an L. La 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 la. I like the D because it just is quicker. All right, so there you go, some agility warm-ups. Now I want to talk about belt placement. And there are some teachers who won't go there. Right? There are a lot of classical teachers, and they shouldn't. That's not their domain. That's not where they're comfortable. That's not where they know how to teach it properly. They believe that, a lot of teachers believe that classical singing is all you should touch, and that it should all be healthy and come up the back and use everything properly. And there's a good foundation for that argument. However, the world wants different singing right now. All right? The world loves opera, and that's great. The world loves classical singing. And with the foundation of classical singing, with that being our foundation, understanding breath management, understanding posture, understanding placement, understanding healthy production, on top of that, we can, in a healthy way, add right belt placement. It's doable and it's necessary. It's absolutely necessary if you want to pursue a field in acting and singing and musical theater. You have to. You have to understand it because that's where the music is written, in a brighter place. So, if I'm singing an ah vowel, being classically trained, which I am, la, everything is dropped, everything is low, and I'm spinning everything around the back and sending it up the elevator shaft, up the top of my head. La, and that's wonderful. It's a great sound. I enjoy singing in that place. For musical theater, I'm going to send it more forward into the face, into the mask, all right? Using the hard resonators of the teeth, the hard palate, the bones of the face, right? These are all harder surfaces that can give us a little brighter sound as we spin the sound forward. So instead of la, I can get a la, la, la. Let's try a brighter vowel. Let's try nay. Nay, nay, nay. Sounds pretty nasty. Sounds pretty nasty. But what I do is I keep that brightness and then I lift up the back and add some resonance in the back. Nay, nay. Pardon me, miss, but I've never done this with a real live girl. That's belt. Instead of, pardon me, miss, but I've never done this. Still nice, right? Just not quite the zing we need. We developed it, or it was developed, during the early days of musical theater when they didn't have amplifiers, they didn't have microphones and stuff to put on the actors, and they had to carry on top of an orchestra anyway. Ethel Merman, you've heard her name, right? She kind of pioneered this whole thing of really sending the tone forward and spinning it forward into a bright place that could sound above an orchestra. Classical can do that as well, right? Maria Callas. But for us, musical theater placement, we've gotten used to being bright and forward, and we do want that. The important thing is that we do it in a healthy way, all right? So let's do some spoken warm-ups first. Just say after me, say, yeah, yeah, and don't be afraid to sound ridiculous, right? It's so dumb. Yeah, yeah. We're gonna use the front of the face. Ah. Yeah, keep doing that. Z, hey, hey. Good, now let's do this. Why not? And just pouty and forward. Not, why not? No. Yeah. Be your annoying 13-year-old daughter. Why not? Why not? Let's actually start a little lower for the ladies. Why not? Why not? Sliding down. Yeah. Why not? Why not? Come on. Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Look how big my mouth is. Why not? My larynx is down, right? It's not rising up. Everything is down. My jaw's still open. I'm just putting the tone forward. Yeah, making it more in the face. Why not? That was a good one. Why not? So I can take that why, and then I warm it up. Why not? That's belt. It's healthy. I could sing like that for hours. Why? That's classical. I'm not in good enough shape to sing that way for hours anymore, but people who can do it are awesome. Front. And then we add the back for warmth, okay? All right, let's go like this. Ga 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 ga. It's just like baby talk. Ga 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 ga. Important to state. Chest voice is not belt. They're not the same thing. People say, sing it in your chest, belt it out. That's fine, but it's not the same thing. A belt placement can be done in your chest voice and your mixed voice and your falsetto, right? You can, I can belt my falsetto if I have to. No one wants to hear it, but I can, right? And especially for women, you should be able to find your chest voice, but you should be able to let that go and transition into head voice. If you decide to take voice lessons, you need to find a teacher who can explain this to you, right? That you should be coming from above. So ladies, let's do that. Let's go, C, Z, staying in your head voice. Z, and I'm not a good model for the ladies. Z, don't let it get breathy and small. Z, Z, let's try Z, 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 Z. That's belt, but I'm not in my chest. Okay? Don't bring your chest voice too high. I've worked with so many actresses that do this, and they around a B flat, B, C, they run out of juice, and then they transition. They're singing bigger than they switch, and then they have nothing. It's not useful. We can't cast an eponine that does that. We can't do that. There are very few roles that are written just for chesty singers, and sometimes you need that. But Elphaba, okay, no, that's not probably going to happen in your lifetime. And if it does, you should use your head voice and really, right? You can still do those amazing songs using your head belt placement instead of chesting it up all the way like Adina. She's miraculous, but she has had some awesome epic fail moments, right, where her voice is cracked or where it's just she's pushed it too high. And she's amazing, but she's one in a million. And you don't need to be that in order to be successful in musical theater, all right? The favorite girls, the ones that we always cast, are the ones who have learned how to mix it down, how to find that front mix, right? We'll be talking about that placement, but those are some warm-ups that we can do, all right, to get us nice and warm in our belt. Sliding all around your break. Say, or ga 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 ga. Why not? Or any of the exercises we've done. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z. Nice. X, Y, Z. Musical theater. All right. That's the tip of the iceberg for that. And it's a lifelong journey, especially for younger singers, especially for younger female singers. Crossing the break, you really need a one-on-one coach to help you through that. But it's worth the effort. It won't sound good for a really long time, and suddenly it will, and then suddenly you'll get cast. All right, next time we're going to be talking about the audition, how to prep for it, the nuts and bolts of it, what we expect, what needs to happen. We'll be doing several mini lessons about auditioning, and I can't wait. Thank you.